Yes, a very good afternoon to all the students. I'm Irfan Ahmed, Assistant Professor in the Civil Engineering Department, ISL Engineering College. I'll be dealing with the subject Transportation Engineering, which is for the third years. This subject is very important. Basically, we have to know how important the transportation network plays a role in development of the country, as in the economic side as well, and cultural and social side as well. Basically, we feel a good road network is very important for economic development of the country. If you can see, let's give me a brief of the how the development of road took place from the centuries as well. Just you can see everywhere, all the countries which have developed, the road development in their areas proved a vital role in improvement of the economic development. Just you can see the way back to the Roman roads as well. You can see how big roads were laid on in those times. It was about 24 feet wide road is there. You can see from the bottom compacted sand as it has been placed in the bottom, that is the subgrade soil, and then the next layer has been placed with the crushed rock so that the voids can be filled. Then the gravel and cement mortar, gravel is mixed with the cement, and it has been placed to more specifically finish the voids as well. Then the sand, gravel and cement has been placed, and then the large stone. You can just imagine so many layers have been placed. So this depends, the number of layers, this depends on the amount of traffic volume passing over that area. So in the Roman roads, as you can see the picture as well, hard stones have been placed on the top. Basically, bullock carts are also used at those times, and also horse carts were also used, and different modes of transport were used at those times as well. You can just see here in the next slide how they were placed. The first point you can see at the bottom of the trench, the Romans put a big layer of stones. Like Romans were very good in development, so what made them develop so fast? What was the reason behind their development? So you can see here how importance they have given to their roads as well, how importance they gave. You can see at the bottom of the trench, the Roman put big layers of stones. This is the subgrade soil where these stones have been placed, and then the broken stones, pebbles, and cements and sand are placed there to fill up the voids which have been formed because of the big stones. You can see some spaces have been formed, and those spaces can be filled by these broken stones. After that second layer has been placed, you can see the third layer, cement mixed with broken tiles. Basically, after the second layer, after there are big stones, then the smaller stones, and after that cement is mixed with broken tiles. So even those voids can be filled up. And then you can see the paving stones found at the surface of the roads. Now after the voids have been filled, now the last layer of the surface of the road have been placed. So basically, why we want to avoid the gaps or the voids is, if we don't fill these voids, later stages when there is huge traffic because of the loads of the vehicles passing on these roads, and then there are high chances of big deterioration of the road. So this takes place because of bad filling of the roads, bottom layers. If they have not been placed properly, then this might happen in the future. Then you can see the fifth point here, the curb stones are at the sides held in paving stones. Basically, these curbs are placed so that the passenger doesn't deviate. Passenger, even if he moves away from the path, if he comes to the corner, he shouldn't slide down. So these curbs act as a barrier so that the commuter shouldn't slide downwards. So these are placed at the corner. And then next, let us see at the Greek roads, ancient Greek roads, how they were placed. As you can see, how big huge stones are being placed, and within those stones you can see the mud lying there. So basically, mortar was placed so that these stones, they shouldn't move. When vehicles move over them, they shouldn't move away, because they might result in problem to the passengers and the vehicle as well. So number of layers being placed, and then the huge stones. See, basically very big important factor in placing of road is also that what are the resources available with you. You might think, why have they not placed bitumen or all? One thing there might be, it was not available at that place, in their place, and next thing might be they had not researched, or they had not got that idea as well. because many things have been coming up with time, with the resources and with the research taking place. Let us see what has happened in the plank road. You might be surprised, plank roads were also placed during those times. You can see the plank roads were typically constructed of wood planks, 2 inches thick. They were so thick, 2 inches thick. You can just imagine, and 8 feet long, which were nailed to the 4-inch square stringers. Basically, at 90-degree angle. Basically, stringers. It is a material placed at the corners of the road, so that these planks can hold on to them. They can fix onto them, and then they are fixed directly onto the ground. So these were placed in the early 20th century, Western US. Okay, you can see all these different types of roads which were laid during those times with available materials in their place. But still, a high importance was given to the roads. Let's see the development of roads in the India. Roads in ancient India, the excavations of Mohenjo-daro and the Harappa Valley have given us the existence of roads 25 to 30 years BC. So existence of roads were there, and that times also you can see that you can just see the earthen roads there which were being placed, and that time back. And B.C. Kautilya, the first Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya, had laid down rule in the Artha Shastra. You can just imagine that this is their scripture, and in their scripture, rules of roads, the type of road, the different types of layers to be placed, the density of the road, all this have been mentioned in their books. So just imagine how important they have given to the road development at those times as well. Because a good road network plays a very big important in development of the country. If your road network is good, from the ports to from the coastal areas to the business center, from the business centers to the ports, and connecting the whole country, if the mobility is very easy, then the defense system also will be very easy for that country. The defense system will be very strong in that country as well. Okay, let's see the next. Now, what happened during the Mughal period? Now, the Mughal also came up with very big connecting roads from the northwest to the eastern areas of Gangetic Plains. As you can see there, the road network, Grand Trunk Road, which was placed in northern India in the 1857. From Peshawar, it was placed from Peshawar to the Bombay, and then to the Kolkata. Basically, as before independence, India and Pakistan were together. So the Britishers, the Mughals, placed such good roads, and that too connecting from Peshawar to Bombay. Now, why Bombay? Because these were port areas. Bombay as well as Calcutta was port areas. So a big trunk roads were placed during that time, because good connectivity, as I told you earlier also, good connectivity leads to economic development, and it even boosts up a good defense system also. Now, in the 19th century, when the Britishers invaded here, you can just see here, as some of the trunk roads were already placed. They came up with new trunk roads as well, the Britishers. Many trunk roads were metalled and bridges were provided. You can see bridges were also provided at places where the needs were there. In 1865, and Lord Dalhousie formed Public Works Department. A specific department was also formed to look into the matters related to the road as well. And but still, due to different developments taking at that time because of the independence and all, the roads built by Mughals were not given that importance due to all these hardships at that time, and the maintenance was not proper, and because of that the roads were also deteriorated during the British time. Because when the Mughals, when they built the roads, they were so good, even the foreign visitors, they appreciated when they came to India. So a good road network system was placed at that time also. Next, you can see, the scenario of the Indian roads. India has a large road network of over 3.314 million kilometers of roadways. This is a very big road network. As you can see, it is the third largest road network in the world. So, from the ancient times as well, India has been focused on improving the road network. We have been focusing on improving the road network because we know as a whole country we have good resources at different places. So we can just connect from one place to other with a good road network only. It is the third largest road network in the world. As you can see, at 0.66 kilometers of highway per square kilometers of land, the density of India's highway network is higher than that of United States. You can just imagine the density of road network of India is higher than United States and far higher than that of China as well as Brazil also. 0.16 China only, and Brazil is only 0.20. So we are far more, we have a greater density of highway network. So we have been focusing on this from the past before independence as well. As you can see, after the World War II, what happened in 1927, Mr. M.R. Jayakar committee was the chairman of this committee, and it was formed to examine and report on the road development. Because he was made chairman, and a specific committee was formed so that the road development can be given good importance for improvement. And then he came up in 1928, Mr. Jayakar, the Jayakar committee submitted its report with important recommendations. And these recommendations were taken up and they were implemented with time. Subsequently, they were implemented because a very good report was submitted. And then what happened in 1929, Central Road Fund was formed to generate funds from consumers for road development. Now, what was done here is that the consumers, when they had seen after the World War II, after the World War II, what happened? The number of consumers, the vehicle operations had increased, and the number of consumers had increased. So the Central Road Fund was basically taken. A small amount of money was taken from the consumers for development of the road as well. When the consumers were they were spending money for the fuel and everything, a small amount was taken from the consumers for road development. Then what happened in 1934, Indian Road Congress was formed to look into the matters related to planning, construction and maintenance of roads, and they had recommended standards specifically. It had been seen with times maintenance also played a very important role. When such a huge amount of money was being spent for good road development in the country, but still what was being seen was the maintenance was not proper, and because of that maintenance, after spending huge amount of money also, we were seeing very hardships. Now this committee Indian Road Congress was formed, and they were specifically formed to look into the matters related to planning, construction and maintenance, and maintaining standard specifications also. It was seen because of not maintaining good specifications, within a short span of time, roads were deteriorating and they were not giving the desired amount of results what were needed. And next you can see 1939 Motor Vehicle Act was passed to regulate road traffic. As the road traffic was increasing day by day, so this Motor Vehicle Act was formed to maintain road traffic, basically, so that the consumers can have themselves registered with the authorities, and a specific amount of traffic can be diverted at the desired places. Because if the road traffickers are increased and the roads which are placed at those places, if they don't if they are not proper, then it will be the maintenance cost might increase. Then in 1943, Nagpur Road Conference was the first road development program for the country as a whole. So in 1943, the Nagpur Road Conference was formed, and the whole country was in this conference they came up with different recommendations for development for the road system in the whole country. And next, what they came up with was a 20-year road development plan was finalized from 1943 to 1963 to be completed in phases. Very big, they came up with a very big plan, and in this 20-year plan, each plan was again separated into different stages of 5 years, and every 5 year the development was seen. The best part of this road development plan was that the desired results were achieved 2 years in advance. 2 years in advance, whatever their plan was, what their focus was, it was achieved in 2 years in advance. In the year 1950, you can see Central Road Research Institute (CRRI) was started at New Delhi for various aspects in highway engineering. So focus was given here more on the road research as well, because it was different resources had been were available, but we were not able to use it properly. So the need of good research was important. So they came up in 1950, Central Road Research was formed for this need. In the 1956, you can see National Highway Act was passed for specifically maintaining and developing national highways. So national highways was given a very big importance here in this act, and though the roads were being improved internally, but connecting from one state to another state, this was also a very big important need here. So in 1956, National Highway Act was passed, and this was for maintaining and developing the national highways as well. In 1973, you can see Highway Research Board was set up by the Indian Road Congress for proper direction and guidance to road research. Again, this need arose for research on highways, because highways were playing a very important role in connecting different states, and it was need. In one state, some resource was available, it had to be moved on to other states for development at those places as well. So you can see here in 1970, this Highway Research Board was formed. As you can see, we get whatever agriculture is being developed in the northern part of India. There the agriculture like wheat and all are very good that side. It had to be transported in the south side, and the south side you have good proper rice and all available here. This had to be sent in those places, northern side. So here importance was given on the highway importance was given here in 1973. Then next in the 1997, National Highway Authority of India, NHIA, was formed as a nodal agency to look into all the developments and improvements in the national highways. Now we can see in 2001 National Highway Development Program, NHDP, was the first major initiative to develop large highway network across the country. Now this need arose in 2001. The India as a whole, it should be connected with a very good highway network. So in 2001 they came up with NHDP, first initiative program, which developed the India's economy to the next level in 2001. Under the NHDP scheme, what they came up was with build, operate and transfer system with the private investment. Basically the central committee, they had seen that though the highway road network had to be developed, but the amount of expense was huge, very large, and the central government couldn't come up with such a big expense. So what they came up with a very new scheme, build, operate and transfer, BOT system this is called as. What happens, the private firms come into agreement with the government, they take up the tenders, they place the roads, and they look into the maintenance as well. Then they come up with the toll plazas, and whatever commuters who are using those roads, they have to pay some money, and that money for a specific period of time, that is used by those private firms, and then and after that lapse of that time, then it is returned back to the government as well. So this system also boosted up the good highway network system in India. Then next, under this NHDP scheme only, you got this. They came up with the Golden Quadrilateral, which was later called as National Highway Development Program 1, which connected the north, south, east, west corridor. In the NHDP phase 2, they gave a major push to the highway development as well. So these two programs connected the whole country. You can just see this figure here. The Golden Quadrilateral, it connects India's 4 largest metropolitan cities, that is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. You have ports at the Mumbai and Kolkata and Delhi and Chennai, and Delhi is the capital city of India. So basically the whole country should be connected so that whatever resources are available in one state, they can be transported to the other part of the country as well easily. You can just see here 4 other top 10 metropolitan cities after these 4, Bangalore, Pune, Ahmedabad and Surat, were also served by the network. So though the big states were connected, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata, in between these states, whatever came, even they were connected, so that the transportation can be made easily. You can just see the largest highway project in India was initiated, that was NHDP, as I had told you, National Highway Development Project. It consists of building of 5,846 kilometers of 4 and 6 lane express highways. Under this scheme, the different the things what came up was building of increasing of 2 lanes to 4 lanes and 4 lanes to 6 lanes as per the need. As you can see, the cost of this project was 60,000 crores. But after this investment and it took a long time, still some of the projects are going on now as well also. But still the 60,000 crores of expense had increased the GDP of the country, of our country, to a very good extent. You can just see it here, National Highway Development Program at the maintenance of highways of 41,290 kilometers was carried out. As you can see in the phase 1, what was done was Golden Quadrilateral port connectivity. Golden Quadrilateral is north, south, east, west connectivity, and they were basically connected to the ports. So whatever the goods were coming from the port side, they could be transferred and transported to the different states in the country. In the phase 2, you can see the north, south, east, west corridor was connected, so that inside the country also the connectivity should be good and everything can be transported, should be transported easily. In the phase 3, you can see conversion of highways from 2 to 4 or 6 lanes. As I told you, in the third phase they came up with whatever the highways were of 2 lane or 4 lane, as per the need and as per the traffic volume, they were increased from 2 to 4 and 4 to 6. And the phase 4, you can see upgradation of national highways in 2 lane with paved shoulders. It was being seen the accident ratio was also very high on the national highways. So when the reason behind it was the paved shoulders were not provided at the ends of the road. So even this was needed. So they came up, even in the phase 4, they came up the national highways should be improved with paved shoulders. And this was done in the phase 4. And in the phase 5, extension of 4 lane to 6 lane of about 6,500 kilometers. As the connectivity between the states should be good, so the extension of 4 lane to 6 lane was improved, because the resources had to be moved from one place to another, whatever available resources. So 6,500 kilometers of 4 lane to 6 lane was improved. And the phase 6, development of controlled expressways. Basically expressways, in the expressways the speed of the vehicle is about 120 kilometers per hour. So basically in these expressways you don't have any slow moving vehicles. They are basically to connect to one state to other state, so that people can reach to the other state very smoothly and at a fast pace. So in the phase 6, this was being done, and the expressways, as the lanes were already improved, whatever need for the drivers was there, shoulders were being provided, and the restrooms were also provided on the highways, so that they could rest. So that because of that, there was a very deep decrease in the accident level as well. In the phase 7, you can see development of ring roads, flyovers, underpass and service roads was also taken up. And the ring roads were also provided, and the flyovers, you can see many flyovers came up in the past 20 years. You can see in our city as well, and in the country as well. And you can see how because of these development of flyovers, as you can see a big flyover which had come up, which is being used now to connect to the airport. It is a very big flyover connecting the whole city from one place to other, and just in half an hour you can reach to the airport as well. So even in the phase 7, they came up with this development of ring roads, flyovers and service roads also. Now then again later on, the Prime Minister Gramin Sadak Yojana also was being formed, and this project was floated to provide road connectivity to rural areas. Now you can see everything was being done to the urban areas, good road network was being placed, and and between the states also good road network was being placed. But the need arose for good connectivity to rural areas also, because the agriculture part was more connected to the rural areas. So good road network plays a very important role in bringing all the output from those agriculture areas to the urban areas, to those rural areas to the urban areas. So, and then what did this Prime Minister Gramin Sadak Yojana did was the panchayats are given additional funds, and progress is directly monitored by the central government. So additional funds was given by the central government directly to the panchayat, and it was being monitored by the central government, so that the road development in the rural areas can be given a boost. Now what happens because of good transportation network? See, the transportation network, it plays a very important role in developing the country. Economic development, I'll just tell you one example what has China come up with? China has come up with a very big project of one belt, one road, connecting almost about 68 countries. You just imagine, they are connecting Asia, Africa and Europe as well. From China, they are coming up with a road system which can connect three continents: Asia and Africa and Europe, and 68 countries are involved in that. The report says that this started in 2000 and it is expected to complete by 2049. Though a huge amount of time is being taken place, but see see what all can be improved because of this. This project started in 2013 and it is expected to complete by 2049, and it is also called a Silk Road Economic Belt. The report says that after this economic belt has been formed, 40% of total world trade will be along this route only. Just imagine, 40% of world trade, 40% of the whole world trade will be because of this route only. Just imagine, though it is a very huge investment and involving 70 countries, almost 70 countries, but 40% of world trade will be taken up by this route only. A good road network plays a very important role in the improvement of the world. John F. Kennedy has come up with a very good line. John F. Kennedy has stated in one of his quotes, he has stated that it is not wealth that built the roads. In America, he says that it is not wealth that built the roads, but roads that build the wealth. So a good road network should be given a very big importance for improvement of the country. And the improvement is economic development and social development also. If you don't give good connectivity to the rural areas, those places, they don't develop socially. And cultural, spatial development also, even this takes place because of good transportation network. And cultural development also, some places and some islands, as you can see, and what has happened in some African countries, because of not a better road network, they have come up with they are still lagging behind in cultural development, and even political development also doesn't take place because of bad road network. So a good road network should always be given a higher priority in development of the country. And this is not just related to just some part of development of country, but as you can see, I've given you an example of one belt, one road, one route of China, what they have come up with. 40% of trade can be increased. So this is very important. We should come up with a good road network system in the country. Hope this was one of the topics which was in your syllabus. We have covered one topic. Later on we'll be coming up with other topics. Hope this was important to you. I request all of you all to please go through this video, and please comment me if you have any problem in understanding anything. You can please comment me. I'll reply to it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.